Depression. Depression is a common and severe psychological disorder. Depression is more than sadness. While sadness is a normal reaction to loss or disappointment, depression is a mood disorder that is characterized by a wide variety of symptoms. A common symptom is feelings of sadness and helplessness, felt for most of the day, every day, for long periods of time. Another symptom is the lack of enjoyment from the activities you would normally enjoy, as well as not being able to imagine enjoying anything. The mood disorder is also characterized by fatigue and trouble sleeping, as well as low motivation, concentration problems, and impaired memory. Depression is fairly common. It affects 5 to 6% of adults within a given year, and 10% of people will suffer from depression in their lifetime. 264 million people are affected by depression worldwide. What causes depression? This is a question that researchers have yet to find the answer to. Different neurotransmitters, chemicals in the brain that allow for communication, have been linked to depression, including serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine. Antidepressant drugs often target these neurotransmitters and increase their levels in the brain. Additionally, recent research has shown that a certain neurotrophin may be important in depression. Neurotrophins aid in the survival, growth, and connections of neurons. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, levels are low in those suffering from depression. It has been found that genetics do play a role. However, no one gene has been clearly linked to depression. Additionally, there is evidence of interplay between genes and the environment. For example, young adults with the short form of the serotonin transporter gene who experienced stressful experiences had a major increase in probability of developing depression. However, people with the long form of the gene are less susceptible to stressful events. So now we know what depression is and that it affects many people across the globe. But how do we treat it? While there is a multitude of drugs that help relieve the symptoms of depression, we're going to explore the alternatives to treatment of depression by antidepressants. Let's start with psychotherapy, specifically CBT. CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy and is a common type of talk therapy. CBT is all about changing thinking patterns and helps you become aware of inaccurate or negative thinking. This helps you to view challenging situations more clearly and deal with them in a healthier and more effective way. CBT can also be helpful for people who have not been diagnosed with a mental disorder. It can be a helpful tool to help anyone reduce stress, deal with conflict, and many other common life challenges. CBT is equally effective for all levels of depression, and it has been shown that antidepressant drugs and psychotherapy are about equally effective for treating all levels of depression. Psychotherapy in general has an advantage as it is more likely to have long-term benefits. Interestingly, people receiving both antidepressants and psychotherapy show more rapid improvement than people receiving either one alone. Another alternative to antidepressants for treatment of depression is deep brain stimulation. Deep brain stimulation is an option for people suffering from chronic depression or depression that is treatment resistant. In deep brain stimulation, a physician implants a battery-powered device into the brain to deliver periodic stimulation to certain brain areas. This device is implanted in the regions of the brain that increase activity as a result of antidepressant drugs. For example, the electrodes can be placed in the nucleus accumbens, a brain region responsible for dopamine and serotonin release, motivation, and mood. Finally, another treatment option for depression is ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. ECT can be used for patients who have not responded to antidepressant medication and is treatment through an electrically induced seizure. Today, therapists use this form of treatment mostly for patients with severe depression who have not responded to antidepressant drugs. It is effective in most cases. One common side effect of this treatment is memory impairment. However, this side effect is minimized when the shock is only to the right hemisphere of the brain. How ECT relieves depression is currently unknown. However, it has been found to increase the proliferation of new neurons in the hippocampus, a region of the brain. Most studies have found that ECT increases the levels of BDNF. Overall, depression is a common psychological disorder and treatment options are undergoing research. While antidepressants are a very common treatment, it is often beneficial to pair drug treatment with other alternatives, such as psychotherapy.